come on. Thank you. Welcome back to Blue Exorcist Anime Review Part 4. This I'm reviewing the second and third OVA for the Blue Exorcist anime, which are Snake and Poison and Spy Game. Yep. Now, and I'm also going to cover the Terror of the Kraken arc, which is only about 3 chapters. Let's first start with Snake and Poison. This particular one pretty much is just Momoshiki's time at the academy before she graduated. So this takes place roughly almost about 10 years before the events of present day. Because currently she's like 24. So, yeah, and pretty much just her time at the academy, basically, very briefly. Don't see very much. You see, like, in the flashback that was shown in the series of her going to the school with Jinzo, who is her childhood friend. And she basically has trouble fitting in. She has trouble making friends. The only person she gets along with pretty well aside from her childhood friend is, of course, her teacher. And goes to the same fountain that was seen in the last OVA, which Shenron decided to basically hang out at. Matter of fact, this fountain's been seen several times in the series. I know Rin and Shemi basically hang out here. Several of the characters like hang out at this particular fountain. And say your lunch there, and then of course, then she just goes. Of course, the teacher gives her a task to look for these these stones, and she's there with Jinzo, which he even though he was even there, and then they just piled up, and then it was getting late, and then of course, because it's getting late, demons activated, so it goes all over the place, and he takes it up pretty easily, and because she's kind of in pain, and he says to Kara, of course, she keeps calling him a gorilla. Despite the fact he's probably strong as a gorilla. Of course, I'll talk about that with another character. Yep. And, he carries her back, basically carries her to the infirmary, basically she's got a sprain. Of course, he talks to her briefly about stuff basically coming later. About, possible portraying things that the high priest might be involved. Also, why is he there looking after her? She thinks it's her father, basically, who sent him. Nope, it was the high priest. She was actually quite surprised about this. I mean, why not? They know each other, so yeah. Yeah, and Juzo, who was introduced in this season, he is, I believe he's the older brother of Renzo. Yeah. Now, like the other one, who basically is like twin who was blonde hair, the guy's an idiot. And, and of course, then jump ahead a little bit later. It looks like they've already graduated, and then of course comes the Nexus, and of course, teacher comments, yeah, this woman's easy to be manipulated, basically said the events of the current season. Overall, it's a really good, then of course we have a post-credit scene. From the end of the Kaito arc, basically, of course, Jinso asking, telling everybody, yeah, they've agreed to get married. Of course, he had to ask for permission. Of course, he doesn't agree to it. And of course, he asks her father, who thinks about it for a minute and just says, please take care of my little girl. Like, that was fast. Of course, there's some arguing back and forth. And of course, there's a little bit, basically, that was not shown in the series where everyone's like so happy for Renzo's for Renzo's brother. They're very happy for him. And, yeah. It's particularly very good OVA, this one. And, of course, sets up the events of the Kento arc. Next one, Spy Game. Focus on Renzo. Yep. This one is not adaptation. Now the first OVA, the second OVA is adaptation of a chapter from a light novel, which I haven't read. It called Home Sweet Home. I have never read it. Yep, I've never read it. So, I might read it in the near future. But, yeah. It's a good OVA. This one is kind of a bizarre one. It's like Renzo is called to Mephisto's office because he gives him 3 tasks to get your hands on a porno mag. Yep, that's the whole purpose of this bit. Yeah, pretty much he's basically giving him an uncensored version of Playboy, though a Japanese equivalent of it. He has to complete 3 tasks. one, assist Yukio in a Ghostbuster-style bug extermination mission at this abandoned factory, and then eat the guy's lunch while he's getting angry, and then cross-dress to sneak at the girl's dorm. Because why not? And then apparently before he goes, he gets caught by Bon, Kentama, and Yukio, and basically, of course, he confesses. His punishment, of course, not to get arrested. His punishment is simply this: Bon beating the living crap out of him, and of course, he'll get bandages later. And then Mephisto is talking with his brother Imon, where basically I think he's. Oh yeah, and also it looked like he's playing a PS4. I mean, from the sounds, it looked like he was playing Call of Duty in his big, luxurious bedroom. It could be some other game he's playing, but it's implied it might be Call of Duty. I'm not sure what he's playing here. And of course, Imon just basically just lying on like a beanbag and just licking a lollipop shaped like a bear. How I know it's beanbag? Because I've sat in those things. Those things are quite comfortable to sit on. Yep. And that's the OVAs for you. First one I thought was really good. I really enjoyed it. This one, the first one I can play is easy to place exactly where that one take place. This one, it's implied it takes place during the course of the first season. My guess is it's probably before Ren got out of this, the Son of Satan. It's possible. And it's some point in season 1, they don't specifically when the heck this takes place. It takes place, well, when Renzo basically first started. And Ren had probably not been there for very long. It probably takes place, probably, in my opinion, probably after episode 4, maybe. Well, it takes place during the first, at some point during those 6 episodes, and of course, he acted like a spy. Yep. Of the 2 OVAs, the first one I thought was really good. The second one, like, spy game, it was okay. It wasn't terrible, just okay. But the animation is really good. And here's the thing about the second OVA, which is the third OVA for the series. That was the last thing that A1 Pictures ever did for the series. Next came out roughly almost 2 years ago. As for why they haven't produced anything since then, I have no idea. The Blue Exorcist film was actually made during the 6-year time, basically, there was no season. But now let's talk about the Tale of the Kraken arc, which only takes 3 chapters in the manga. It covers chapters 35, 37. The arc starts out simply like dealing with the after effects of the previous arc. Of course, everyone's saying goodbye. Of course, well, Ren saying goodbye to Bon's father. And of course, well, Momoshiki. They also mentioned that she actually had scratched her fiance's face. And of course, they were saying their goodbyes. And she was like, okay, before we head back to True Colors Academy, let's take a day off and let's go to the beach. Yep, let's go to the beach. So, you know this means, don't you? Everybody gets put in some suits. Yeah, and you see, like, Shira basically wears nothing really much unnatural. The only difference between her is that she's not wearing her basically her short shorts she's only wearing. Yeah, basically wearing a bikini bottom. And of course she teases Yukio basically to massage her back and put something else. Of course she has to tease him. Just kidding. And we see Shemi in a swimsuit. Not the first time I've seen a type of swimsuit in anime. Basically look like the bottom, basically almost like a skirt. And for her, basically, of course, I was joking like, "Oh yeah, put it." Well, girl put on a swimsuit, it makes her look almost completely naked. Enzo basically put on some suit. Not the first time I've seen her in one, and it's a different look than it. I mean, it's the same style as it was seen in the anime. The difference is that one have stripes on it. This one does. And of course, she's basically showing off, and she sits on a floaty thing, and of course, Bond's like, "Yeah." Of course, he picks her up in the floaty and tosses her in the water. It is, "You gorilla." Which I thought was so funny. And the whole thing about this particular arc is basically looking for a Kraken. Everybody's having fun, and of course a Kraken shows up. Well, while they're out searching for it. Of course, Ren's got his sword. And of course, well, he's with Shimmy. Yeah, he's with Shimmy the whole arc. Yeah, he's with her the entire time. And then basically they're with her and of course Yukio on this boat and go to this nearby island. And of course, thinking of deserted island. And I was in front of this island. Look at this island. It's not that far from where the beach is, so not very far. And of course, Yukio basically, Shira calls up Yukio. It's over to the left, where the island is. And they basically hang out there for a little while, and of course, well, they start arguing. And Shemi's the one who basically has to be the voice of reason here. Basically, like the adult for these two for this little argument. Yep. And well, she's basically there with them the whole arc, and then of course he takes out his sword, and of course he talks. Well, before he goes fight the Kraken, it's like I'm the son of Satan. I accept these blue things. You have to choose. Like, okay, and of course, then comes really weird when it comes to the final arc. For like several pages, it looks like though, from when I looked online, it looked like though it was very unfinished. Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck happened here. It's like they released this thing without finishing these few pages. I'm not sure what happened though with these few pages, but yeah, they kind of defeated Kraken, but they couldn't go any further because missions called off, and then that's that. But it's a good character piece for Ren and Yukio. And Shemi, I love the fact Shemi's in this whole arc with them the whole period of time. As for what the rest of the characters are up to, aside of hanging on the beach, they do pretty much nothing. The whole arc. Yep. It's a good arc. Fun little arc. Surprisingly, this was not adapted for the anime. I do not know why the anime decided to stop after. It's like, once they finish the Imperial arc, okay, let's stop right here, not do any more after that, despite the fact we still have a boatload of manga still to adapt. Yes. I would figure, though, after 6 years to come back, they would adapt more than just one arc, but they did. I'm thinking, though, a series to come back after several years, and they bring it back for 12 episodes and only adapts one arc. Does that sound fairly familiar? Yes, Attack on Titan. Of course, well, both Ren and Eren voiced by the same guy. That's only similar to that. This is a good. The Tear of the Kraken arc is a good arc, but next one is gonna be a little more interesting. Next one basically will be. I'll read it after I watch the Blue Exorcist film, which I'll do next, anyways. Which will be the True Cross Festival arc. That will do soon. But first, next thing I'm going to do is a review of the newest chapter of My Hero Academia. After that, the only video I'll probably do today is probably review the Blue Exorcist film, and maybe if I get time, I'll get a chance to review the next arc for the manga, which is only about 12 chapters. Okay, but see you next view. Bye.